gold again in a big way.
Hold on a second, Peter. We've got Japan saying today we must have inflation. We want some inflation because they've had a period of deflation. So they're printing yen like crazy. And the new Prime Minister says, hey, you, the Central Bank of Japan, if you don't print a lot of money, we'll change the rules on the Bank of Japan. We'll make you print more. They don't have inflation, Peter.
Well, sure they do. I mean, this deflation is a ruse. Prices aren't collapsing in Japan. They never were.
Prices are the
they
same
weren't
in
rising,
Japan today,
but that was good for the Japanese
ago.
consumer.
The prices. Hold on a second, Peter. There is no inflation in Japan. The price level today is virtually unchanged from what it was 3-5 years ago. It's not there.
Yeah. But inflation is an expansion in the money supply and the supply of credit, and you do have that. But you had some dynamics that were keeping consumer prices in check despite all that inflation. But, you know, that's going to change in Japan. The Japanese are going to start to see big increases in consumer prices, and they're not going to like it.
We head to Japan first. Deflation is one of the biggest threats to Japan's economic recovery. But economists say the Bank of Japan may announce few new steps to tackle it this week. Policymakers begin a two-day meeting on Wednesday in Mike's here with a preview. Mike, what's likely to happen there?
Well, 2 of the 16 economists we spoke to say that the bank will increase monthly bond buying. That leaves 14 who say that it won't. And all of them say that the bank will keep its benchmark interest rate at 0.1%. Figures yesterday show that the economy grew at the fastest pace in nearly 3 years at the end of 2009. However, falling prices threaten continued growth. The GDP deflator, the broadest measure of price moves in the economy, fell 3%, the biggest move in more than half a century. The government's been pressing the central bank to do more to fight deflation.
Being in the currency markets, do you think Japan will get away with its reflationary policies?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I totally agree with Tim Adams there on this one. It's absolutely necessary for Japan to focus on finally, you know, since 1997, Japan has been in deflation off and on, but you know, on average, during that entire period. This is highly debilitating for risk taking, for investment, etc. And Japanese industry just has to get back on its feet. Deflation needs to be defeated, and that's the principal issue. And I think you know, the U.S. understands that. I think Europe should understand that, because a stronger Japan is going to be good for both.